What's up, everybody? This is Domingo here on Network, and today's video I'm going to be doing, guys, I'm going to do a review of Yashahime Princess Half Demon Season 1, Episode 16. And of course, the name of this episode is called Double Edge Moroha. And of course, you can watch Yashahime Princess Half Demon available now on Hulu, crunchyroll, and Funimations. So, like I said, we're going to do a review of Season 1, Episode 16. So let's get this started. So here we go. Alright, guys, so I'm going to review this right here and now. So let's get this started. Alright then, so what are we going to start off? So this episode starts off with Moroha, Towa, and Setsuna face to face with Yamaragi, Moroha's former master. The girls draw out their blades for battle as Moroha tells the story of her past that happened 3 years ago when she was a kid. So Moroha's flashback story from 3 years ago, Yamaragi, who was Moroha's master at the time, tells Moroha about the credible of Kodoku. The criminal doku of Kodoku is a spell of Fuko used in Amayodu in the caves. Demons fight each other until the last one standing becomes victorious. The last one who survives is considered the strongest demon and becomes Kodoku's. So Yamaragi tells Moroha to throw herself in battle and survive within the cave. She made a deal with Moroha saying that if she becomes victorious and survives, she will attain the Kujamaru, which is the Yamaragi's possession. So Yamaragi says it's been 3 years since for this, entrusted with Moroha from the chief of the Wolf Demon tribe, Koga. Based on this information, seems like Moroha was raised by Koga and the rest of the Wolf Demon tribe for the first 8 years of her life after Kagome Inuyasha gave Hachi Moroha to deliver to them. I believe Moroha is currently 14 years old in the present time, 11 years old in the flashback, and it was 8 years old when Yamaragi became her master. So Moroha survived in the cave and defeated the current Kodoku. Will be her last lesson, and it will complete her training. So Moroha is considerably in the cave battling the current Kodoku. She used her sacred arrow to inflict damage on the demon's hand, but the demon's hand regenerates. So Moroha believes that it is her limit, and pull out her shell component will keep her rouge and transfer it to Beniyasha. However, Moroha recalls Yamaragi tells her she is forbidden for using a rose, so Moroha told Yamaragi that she cannot win a battle with the Doto's demon unless she becomes Beniyasha. Yamaragi tells her that's it, not what about winning, and it's more important that she be able to maintain herself in battle. She tells Moroha that she could win it if she used her creative imagination, when Moroha is confused by her words. After recalling Yamaragi words forbidden her from using the rouge, Moroha closed the shell compact and puts away. The demon attempts to strike Moroha again and says he'll be the one to lead the cave. Moroha dodges the demon's attack and talks to the demon, saying that they could talk this out instead of fighting. She offers the demon to work together with her. When he turns to get out of the cave, the demon takes Moroha's word for a joke and asks her how does she calls herself a demon before soon smelling Moroha's human blood in her. Moroha tells the demon that she is a quarter demon, and the demon tells Moroha that there's no way a quarter demon can be fine with all this demon energy. Moroha then tells the demon that she carries spiritual powers and can purify demonic energy. The demon asks from inside the cave to Yamaragi why mix an implant like a quarter demon with spiritual powers into the karma, saying that Kodoku will be muddy. So Moroha commands the demon to be quiet and start attacking the demon again with her blades of blood. Attack her with her sacred arrow. The demon takes damage to the face, and Moroha's plans to escape the cave. At this point, the demon begins to demolish inside the cave, with the Messiah-like subject crawling its way up. So Moroha used her sacred arrow to tear an opening from above the cage to allow her to escape. Moroha slid down the cage, successfully escaping from the demon inside the cage's presence. Moroha reached the bottom of the cave in hopes of seeing Yamaragi waiting for her. However, it appears Yamaragi has left the cave without waiting for Moroha's return, and so Moroha is saddened by this. So Yamaragi is currently at Jayu Pizza Carpenter Dealer's place, where the two are currently playing the game Sugo Roku. So Jarubi and Yamaragi are currently having a conversation about throwing Moroha into the cargoes, and Jiraiya believes that Moroha only has about 10% of chances of surviving since her roots is sealed, but in the end will be good training for her. So Yamaragi tells Jiraiya that Moroha is a quarter demon, and if she were to be a full demon, she'll be able to keep her heart and never lose her sense of self. But since Mara is a corner demon, whenever her life is in danger, her great demon's blood will take over and she'll transform, just like the meaning of her name. Mora is a double-edged sword. The more she transforms, the more her heart will disappear. She'll only turn into a monster that fights. So Jayubi then sees the reason why Yamaragi seals Moroha's great demon blood in her roots. Yamaragi tells Jayubi that the seal was originally something her mother, Lady Kagome, had supplied, but Yamaragi was the one who taught Moroha to dispute the seal by transferring it to Beniyasha. So Jayubi then tells Yamaragi that Moroha has been using the rouge then without knowing of any of this information. So Jarvis claims victory over the game that him and Yagarari are currently playing, and asks Yagarari to hand over the nunchucks like item. So Yagarari tells Yagarari that for her to sell off her attempts pulling Moroha in the gamble for just 3 Roku, currently only have 2 uh, real left. So Yamarami tells Jam so Jamiri that in order to train Moroha and to maintain her sense herself, she can only pull through the kernel of Kodoku, and the only way to do that was to go through the demon gambling house. So Yagarani asks that she is in a tight spot touching the armor she wears and say that needs to get the armor of the Iron Rat off of her as soon as possible. So Jahari asks her how much will it cost, and Yamari responds saying 12 real for a blacksmith's rat to make the key and to remove it. So Mara interrupts Yamaragi's conversation, storming into the place. Yamaragi is surprised that Mara is alive, but Mara is upset that Yamaragi did not wait for her back in the game and asks why did she sell her off to the demon gambling house, and Yabarari tells Moroha that she needed to see money to play some. Sungo Roku and Moroha tells Yabarari that she is tired of her gambling problems and cuts off their relationship training together. So Moroha then demands for Yabarari to give her the Kuromaruku since she became managed victorious. Yabarari tells Moroha that her demon power hasn't gotten stronger at all, and she asks her if she didn't absorb Sudoku's power after defeating him, or her reply for saying that she won the battle, but she wasn't needed to absorb the demon's power because it was a gross demon. So Jariri laughs in his impression that Mora sees the criminal of Sudoku. Mora asks who Jariri is, making this their first encounter with each other, and Jariri introduces himself, telling her that he deals with demon bounties. Mara then goes back to talking to Yamaragi and demands that she will give her the Kirikamungru, or else they will have a fight, or else we'll have to fight it out. So Jari tells Mara to hold on and insists Yamaragi that he'll pay for Mara's. Uh, she will pay for pulling out the Gamble's house, the armor of the Iron Rat key, and for what Yamaragi lost in their Sakukuro round for all 415. So Yamura makes a deal with him and sells more to Jabra. So Jabra asks Yamura to give the Kenjikumaru to her, and Yamura does calling that sacrifice that she will have to make. Mora is happy to believe that the Kurojomangu Yamura gives to Yamaragi the 15 rune and make a quick leave out of Jara's place, leaving Moroha behind. So Jara tells Moroha As of today, she has been hired to 15 Ryuko to pay back for him through the bounty hunting. Moroha asking, why does she have to be the one to pay her back all that money? And Yagura asks her, is she rather go back to the gambling house and continue to fight in the criminal of Kadoka forever? Moroha is now left with no option but to fulfill the duty of paying back the 15 Roku debts, making bounty hunting train her business now. So Moroha calls Jamari old maid, but Jamari corrects her, telling her to call him Mr. Jamari. And end of Moroha's flash story from 3 years ago. So Moroha sent incense and all holes and Toa. So Moroha, Toa, and Setsuna and all the holes out for the place for battle. Moroha is surprised to see Yamarori to be wearing the armor of the Iron Rat and asks her if she couldn't find the blacksmith rat. Yamarori tells Moroha she found the village of the blacksmith rat, but when she went there, everyone in that village has been slaughtered. So Yamaragi reminds Moroha that the armor of the Iron Rat and her robe of the Fire Rat were created in the blacksmith rat's workshop depth in the mountains. So the kind of flashback of Yaguragi's story of finding the blacksmith's rat village. Yaguragi finds every rat that has been slaughtered at the workshop. She finds a collection of keys in hoping to find the one to free her from the armor of the Iron Rat. However, she was unable to successfully do so. So Kotan, one of the 4 pillars, appears before her holding the key to free her from the armor. So Kotan admits to slaying all the rat villagers, calling them useless creatures with no discipline, even though he said he didn't need to kill them. So Kotan continues by explaining that he heard that the armor Yamaragi wears shrinks as years go by, calling it a cursed armor that crushes the wearer's bodies to pieces once it shrinks to the size of a rat. So Yamaragi asks Kotan, who is he? And he tells her his name, as well as adding the search Lokinimaru. So Kotan tells Yamarori that they currently 2 pearls and not 4, making this gathering between Kotan and Yamarori pretty recent since Toa Sesamara defeated 2 already. So Kotan asks Yamaragi if she knows who defeated Takosin and stole the red rainbow pearl from him, and tells her if it was Moroha who believed the former pupil. Yamarori is surprised. Kotan tells Yamarori that she can have the key to the armor, but only in exchange for Moroha's head. And if she refused, he will break the key. Yamarori asks Kotan, why can't he just do it herself? And Kotan replies, saying in thoughts with the offer that goes with the entertainment of the master pupil showdown. End of the flashback. So Moroha accept Yamarori's showdown on behalf of Kotan and Takosu, saying that she does not feel any gratitude towards Yamaragi. Yamaragi is pleased with Moroha's willingness to battle her and say that's why Moroha is worthy of being her pupil. Moroha tells Toa and Sessa that she doesn't need any help with fighting Yamaragi. So Yamaragi tells Moroha that she heard that she's mastered the Crimson Dragon Way and asks her how powerful is it coming from a quarter demon like herself. Moroha tells Yamaragi she'll show her. So Moroha strikes her using her Crimson Dragon Wave towards Yamaragi, and Yamaragi takes the full blow of the attack, and Moroha cyclically jumps, dashing towards Yagaragi, and Yagaragi, however, easily blow Moroha away with her attack. Moroha attacks a shooting of a sacred arrow, and Yamaragi easily catches it between her fingers, calling her sacred sword attack weak. So Moroha then attacked using her heavy arrow barrage attack as an arrow plunged down to Yamarari. Yamarari rushes and dodges every single arrow that strikes down. So Yamarari strikes with a powerful blow at Moroha, but Moroha sends it unto Toa dodging. Toa and Sessa once again offered to help Moroha, but Moroha declined their help again. So Moroha pulls out her ruse, and Yamarari reminds her that she would continue to lose her own heart because fear overpowered her. That if she used the ruse, Moroha, instead of using a ruse, but Yamarari tells her if she's only good for fighting, then she's a monster and not a demon. So Yamarari attacks Moroha by clawing her in the air from left to right, stopping Moroha from using a ruse. In midst of attacking, Yamarari tells Moroha that if she doesn't carry fear in her body and fear in her body and heart will feel no pain, and she won't be able to understand her opponent's pain either. Yagaragi aggressively kicks Moroha awake, proclaiming that a monster like that has no right to live. Moroha is thrusting back that her Mangru slips away from her grasp. Toa wants to help Moroha, but says to stop, and Toa realizes that Yagaragi is trying to teach Moroha something. So Moroha is injured, laying on the ground. Yagaragi tells her to use the ruse, but once she does, she'll be nothing but a puppet. Moroha believes that without a ruse, she cannot win against Yagaragi, and pulls out her ruse once again, but Yagaragi tells Moroha a pitiful fool, and tells her that she is a incomplete existent being according to her, telling her hope that she will never see the light of day. Moroha becomes angry at Yagaragi's words. So Yagaragi tells Moroha that she hasn't changed since she was little. Moroha tells a moment of her past when she was younger and being attacked of the birds of the parasites. Flashback. So Yagaragi tells Moroha not to use her ruse, and Moroha went and used it anyway. So Moroha's Beniyasha form came out, and when Yagaragi attempted to save her, Moroha used her claws to attack Yagaragi's face. Sorry about that, guys. Which now leaves a scar. Moroha loses control of herself and unimplicitly attack up birds of parasite with her claws. A few moments later, after using up her demon energy, Moroha fell asleep, and Yagaragi holds her in her arms. The birds of parasite were surrounded in a wise demon called Self in Armor. Deal appears in front of Yagaragi. He explains that to her that she sees the girl wearing the robe and the fire rat, and is now offering the armor of the Iron Man to Yagaragi. The Weasel Man said that armor gives her more defense and more demon power with the use of the armor of the birds of parasites and weak. He then tells Yagaragi to place the key in the keyhole on the back of the armor. He wears it together. Yagaragi takes the key to the wilds of men and unlocks the armor of the iron rat from him. The key disappears, and the armor now wraps around Yagaragi. The Weasel Man acclaims with joy and happy that the armor is finally out because his body was about to be crushed. The Weasel Man tells Yagaragi that she'll have to pay a handsome sum to get a new key to take off the armor, as well as finding someone else to unlock it. The way she did just now, Yagaragi realized it was a cursed armor. However, her power surge of the birds of parasite flies down and attack. Once again, Yagaragi, using her shattering winds, attack against the birds of parasites, and then all the vanishing. Moroha wakes up from being in Yagaragi's arms and see that the scratches on her face and armor and a flashback. So Moroha recalls that the armor of the Iron Rat and the scars on Yagaragi's face happened because of her. She tells Yagaragi that the scar wind's attack was cool, and Yagaragi sees that Moroha was recalling the moment that Moroha tells Yagaragi that she won't be using a rune. So Yagaragi tells Moroha to move on to the last stage and tells her to be ready for a scarring wind's attack. So Kotan appears behind Yagaragi and tells her that he enjoys the moment when she kills her pupil with her own hands by showing that the key to the arms will be hers. Moroha grabs she grabs her current Maru and prepares for Yagaragi Sky's wind's attack. Yagaragi attacks with it. Moroha recalls to herself the words Yagaragi told her before about using her creative imagination. So Moroha spins her Kurikamanru in her hand and uses her Crimson Dragon wave attack against the shattering wind's attack. The two attacks collide and the interwing with each other in midair. Yagaragi is proud of Moroha. So Yagaragi grabs Kotan from behind, holding him still, telling him this is the end of the Master Pupil Showdown. He wanted it to feel it with his breast. Yagaragi hopes that Kotan's being struck with Moroha's attack. Just before Moroha's attack strikes, Kotan's blue pearl flashes, and Kotan disappears quickly, leaving Yagaragi to face the Moroha's attack, being hit with a direct blow. So Kotan protects himself with a barrier, saying that the blue rainbow pearl was helpful, and then breaks the key that opens the armor of the Iron Rat. Sensitive to take Kotan with her sword to the swallow attack, but Kotan escaped, saying he will meet them again as he departed. So Moroha is at Yamarai's side. Suddenly, that she has been injured, Yamaroi tells Moroha that the attack she used to call the Crimson Backlash Wave. Yamaroi has no more regrets after successfully teaching Moroha that move. So Yamaroi tells Moroha to have strength in her heart and suddenly peacefully close her eyes. Moroha cries, seeing her, Yamaroi passing away, hugging her. Moroha sets a grave for Yamaroi with flowers and prays to it. Toan stands by her side. Behind her, Moroha is no wonder who she saying she isn't human, demon, or even half a demon. She explained that there was no place for her and has nowhere to go, which is why she was always running by herself, making all the kind noise. Moroha. So Moroha is saying that she didn't know any other ways to live, and it feels like pure luck, and that she survived up to now. So Moroha adds that she'll have to keep living as an incomplete quarter demon. So Setsuna tells Moroha that the way that she may be right, but she can always change the way she lives and how she wants to live it up to her. Toa also tells Moroha that none of them are alone anymore. Moroha smiles as the words of grieving and spread the words of agreement with them. As the girls departed, Moroha recalls herself and somehow before she knew Toa says the word by her side and asks Master Yamaroi if this is okay. So and that's gonna be it for this review, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Yashahime Princess Half Demon Season 1, Episode 16. Overall, I thought the episode was okay. I felt like maybe they could have done a lot more with Momora's backstory and stuff, but I felt like the backstory was decent, and the flashbacks is actually pretty cool as well. The battles with teacher and pupil is actually pretty amazing. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. So don't forget to like this video, share, subscribe, post your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about my review of Yashahime and Princess Half Demon Season 1, Episode 16. What do you guys think of this episode? Do you like it? Do you hate it? What's your opinion on it? Let me know in the comment section below. And that's gonna be it for this video, guys. So this is Domingo Hero Network, or I can say is take care. Have a good day, goodbye everyone, and Domingo Hero Network is signing out. Peace.